We've all probably heard that feedback is a gift. The reality is, giving and receiving feedback is hard, and it can be hurtful and uncomfortable at times. Now, most people dread it, avoid it, or walk away from it feeling worse, not better. Feedback is supposed to help us grow, but it often leaves us feeling exposed, judged, or discouraged. Today, I'm sharing two personal stories, moments when feedback changed my life and everything about me. Then, I offer a practical framework that you can use so feedback doesn't feel like a confrontation, but a chance to connect, coach, and grow. So, let's dive right in. Story number 1. Years ago, I was serving jury duty. It was lunchtime, and I started chatting with another juror. He told me that he was an image consultant, and midway through our conversation, he looks at me with curiosity and said, "You know, you stutter quite a bit." Boom! My heart sank, my face turned red like a Vietnamese red sriracha sauce that was floating inside the hot bowl of pho noodle soup that I was having for lunch that day. No one had ever said it so plainly before. He wasn't trying to be rude or judgmental, just being honest. And then he said something I never forget. "I help people find their voice. I can help you go from stutter to stellar. I recommend you join Toastmasters, a non-profit organization for improving public speaking and leadership skills." At the time, I nodded politely, but inside, I was spiraling. Suddenly, many of my painful memories came flooding back. All the times that I stayed quiet because I was too embarrassed. All the times I felt ashamed because words wouldn't come out. All the times I wondered, what's wrong with me? It was honest feedback, unfiltered, unexpected, and unforgettable. Story number 2. After that experience, I knew I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I took his advice and visited a nearby Toastmasters club. As I sat in the audience, I watched speaker after speaker deliver polished, confident speeches, and I felt completely intimidated and out of place, like I didn't belong in the same room. Now, it took me 2 years to finally build up this courage to join. My first assignment was the icebreaker speech, a prepared 5 to 7 minute speech to introduce myself to the club. I thought, okay, how hard can that be? But the moment I got on the stage, my hands were shaking. The words wouldn't come out. I pulled out the notes from my pocket and tried to read it, but couldn't finish the speech. Then came the evaluation moment. The evaluator, now she stood up and in front of everyone, she said, "You used the notes. It should have been on a 3x5 card. You didn't make eye contact with the audience. You stood in one place. You could have actually used the space more. And you stuttered too much." That last line, "You stuttered too much," hit me hard. I was embarrassed. I didn't go back. Not for 3 weeks, not for 3 months, but 3 years. Eventually, I rejoined the club. I completed the Competent Communication series, became club president, then area director, and helped coach other presidents and members, people who were terrified to speak just like I was. So here's what I've learned from both experiences. Feedback can hurt if it's not delivered properly and well. The man at jury duty, well, he gave me feedback that was honest, but brief and hurtful. The evaluator at Toastmasters, well, she meant well, but She gave me a laundry list of everything I did wrong. It felt unbalanced. She was new and inexperienced and didn't yet know how to give balanced, focused feedback that helps people grow. And that's what happens at work as well. As a leader, you might be right about what needs to improve, but how you say it can either motivate someone or completely deflate them and shut them down. Now let's talk about how to give feedback that actually lands. Here's the truth. Giving feedback is a leadership skill, not a license to be blunt. There's a difference between being honest and being hurtful. Being real isn't an excuse to be reckless, saying, I just tell it like it is. That's not brave. That's not being bold. That's being blunt, without purpose. Feedback isn't about unloading your thoughts. It's about helping someone take their next step forward, because the way that you deliver feedback, it has power. Let me offer an enhanced feedback model that you can use. You may have heard of SBI, situation, behavior, and impact. It originated at the Center for Creative Leadership, a globally recognized organization specializing in leadership development. It is a solid start, but I find it missing what happens next. So here's my enhanced version that I recommend using during your next feedback session. SBII+C. S, situation. B, behavior. I, impact. I, insight. And C, coaching. So let's break it down. Situation. Describe the context. What and where did it happen? Behavior. What exactly did the person do? Impact. What effect did it have? Insight. Invite their reflection. Let them own part of the growth. Coaching. Offer one clear improvement or suggestions. Now let's put it all together. In yesterday's client meeting, you interrupted Sarah twice while she was presenting. It made it hard for the team to stay focused, and it threw off the flow of the meeting. Now I'm curious, how do you think that landed with the team? Next time, you might try jotting down your thoughts and jumping in after she finishes. Would that work for you? Now let's break it down again. In yesterday's client meeting situation, you interrupted Sarah twice while she was presenting. Behavior, it made it hard for the team to stay focused. Impact, how do you think that landed with the team? Insight, and next time, maybe jot down your thoughts and wait until she finishes. Coaching. Now this model makes feedback clear, collaborative, actionable, and most importantly, human. Now let's flip it. Let's talk about how to receive feedback. Receiving feedback can feel personal. It's not an attack, but you've got two choices. One, get defensive and shut down, or two, stay open, pause, and ask, what truth is in here that can help me grow? If you listen carefully, most feedback carries at least one helpful signal, even if the delivery isn't perfect. Don't respond right away. Thank them, process it, sit with it, then ask yourself, what part of this is true, useful, or actionable? Think of feedback like a mirror. It shows something that you might not see on your own. That doesn't mean you're broken. It just means now you have an opportunity to improve on something. In closing, I'd like to leave you with some key takeaways and recommendations. Starting with takeaways. Feedback is information. Now, what you do with it, that's transformation. Embrace feedback. Let it fuel you, not flatten you. Let it challenge you, not break you. Use it to become a better version of yourself. Now, if you are a manager or a leader, remember this. When you are given feedback, be honest, be clear, and be kind. Let your feedback fuel the receiver's growth, not your ego, because how you say it can either help someone grow or break them down. And finally, my recommendation, if you're looking for a place to practice, to get better at receiving and giving feedback, I can't recommend Toastmasters enough. Now, this is not an endorsement or an ad for Toastmasters, but I'm just doing my part to pass along the same recommendation that had changed my life. From a juror I met over lunch who saw something in me that I didn't even know was there. It gave me a space to grow, to speak, to stumble, and to get back up again. And maybe it can do the same for you. Remember, your voice matters. Even if it shakes, even if it stutters, speak up boldly and confidently. Until next time, take excellent care and keep learning, keep showing up, and keep elevating your effectiveness.